And I am a science teacher. I am here at Ginn Academy. We are doing a program called The Water Around Us. The students are analyzing the chemical composition of the water. They're looking for microinvertebrates, and the big question is, do we have to choose between technology and the quality of our water to be safe and healthy? We have a big problem in our lake, and it's not starting in our lake, it's actually starting in Indiana, and all those river systems are just pouring all their wonderful toxins into the water systems, and then eventually into Maumee River, which then Maumee lets it pour into Lake Erie. We've got a lot of contaminants in our water supply. Even though it's supposed to be clean and legally okay, should we still be okay with those bad things in it? We're going to be looking for a lot of different contaminants, but right now we're looking at what is actually in some of our water samples. So nitrates, phosphates, ammonium, is there chlorine in there, lead, coliform, which means that there's some kind of fecal matter in the system along the way. So we're looking at those things right now, and I'm teaching them how to do the testing so that when we go into the rivers and the water next week, they'll be able to do their own water testing. We have our nets and everything all ready to go, and it's exciting. We have to have water, and we need to have clean water. And one of the groups of the kids are researching drinking water from the cities in Ohio. It is unbelievable what is considered acceptable in our drinking water. We're talking about industrial chemicals being dumped in. And we're all drinking water, and we're told that our water, we have to have water to survive. That's all there is to it. I want them to be more aware of this and understand what it is that we're doing to our environment. It's almost like there's a battle between technology and the environment is losing right now. And this has been going on for quite a while. It's been going on around the country, around the world, and people are getting sick, and cancers are developing because of this microcystin in the water. So drawing attention to that at high school level, that will help them to understand what's going on, not just, so it's there. How this is affecting me, it affects all of us.
My name is Rita Kowalczyk, and I am an intervention specialist with Cleveland Metropolitan School District. I've been in Cleveland Metropolitan School District for 17 years. This is my first time really taking students out into the field and applying what they're learning in the classroom. We've always stayed in-house in the classroom, so this is a great experience to see them do their research and then doing it out in the field. What draws me to this project is the hands-on learning of the students. They're able to learn in the classroom, which often, as a teacher, you are always bringing information and bringing the experience to the classroom. Now we're outside of the classroom, in the environment, and see what they're learning and why they're learning and the meaning of what it means for healthy water. The profile of a graduate is to have critical thinking and experience. So they're experiencing stuff, the real water, the environment, and taking samples of the water and using critical thinking skills to determine if that water is safe. but it goes further into the students learning how to test water and knowing the importance and how they contribute as a human being to the water and how it affects them on a more larger scale.
I got it.
Now you got to look for fresh water. That's salt water. Go this side. So you got to wait 5 minutes after it's done. Okay? All right? Okay.
All right. How you look? Looking great.
Okay. Come on, sweetie.
Yeah.
Come on, sweetie.
2, 1, action.
We are in Chagrin
River Park.
Well, we are beginning our adventure on water testing. We're going to determine the health of this river, which happens to be Chagrin River. We're in Willoughby, Ohio, and we're working out the kinks. We're working out the kinks.
My name is Dion Hardwood. I am researching basically to build a machine to basically clean the water so we can get rid of all the bacteria and stuff that's in the water. So far there's a lot of algae and bad algae in it. You can see a lot of sulfite in the water, which is like a lot of bubble buildup. So basically it can make you sick if you consume too much of it, and that's not good at all. And plus we need water to survive anyway, so if we don't have that water source, everything could go left. For example, most of the lakes actually doesn't have that many animals in it, so that tells you a lot about how good or healthy the water is. Try to keep our parks or water systems as clean as possible, because that plays a big role in it.
The topic I'm researching is the chemicals in our drinking water. The contaminants we're finding in the water is detergent and the runoff the sewer system. Like the pollution in the water, like the government allow us to drink it and it's really not that healthy. The health department's number is always lower, but the government number is always higher. It means the government allows us to drink how much we want to, even though it's not healthy for us.
My name is Nyana. We found some phosphate, some nitrate. When we found the stuff in the ecosystem that it could be a lot of chemicals where it could kill you, it can make you sick, or it could put you in a place where you just don't feel the same or not okay. My favorite part is testing the water. You have to go in the water, you gotta get some water, put it in the test tube, and you put everything you need to put all the stuff in there, and then you find out what's in there or what could possibly be in there. And then after that, you dump everything into a separate space so that you don't be putting extra chemicals in the water that don't need to be there.
I collected water from Indiana, from St. Joseph's River, St. Mary's River, and those two rivers funnel into Maumee. And we found a great deal of bacteria that is the precursor to all the algae bloom that is going to develop into, late summer and into the fall. The problem with the bacteria is that it is toxic. And these are the toxins that are making the wildlife sick, the fish. We've kind of opened a door to a problem. And according to the Portrait of a Graduate, we know that problem solving is a real important skill and critical thinking, and that's what we've been doing. We've had some students coming up with models of how they can clean a river, including all the toxins. So I think that is what was the best part, is that they were using their imagination and using the information that they knew of in science and applying it to something that really mattered. 3% of our water on Earth is fresh water. Everything else is salt water. Out of that 3%, 2.5% of fresh water is not accessible to us. It's either polluted, underground, in the glaciers. It's not accessible. So we literally have 0.5% fresh water that we can live with, drink, and water our crops and wash our clothes or whatever we have to do. There are approximately 39,000 students in Cleveland school system. All those brilliant little bodies and minds just can open up to any possibility. They can be the solution to problems that come in our world. These problems are not going to go away. It doesn't really matter, how they all began, but what we have to do now is try to solve some of these problems, because this is our back door. This is our backyard. The lake is huge, but it still is vulnerable. And the kids were learning just how unpredictable and how things work here, and it wasn't as safe as they thought. And they learned about our tap water. There's all kinds of toxins in our tap water. And even the chemicals that the water treatment plants use to combat the bacteria and the bad things that can make us sick, those products of the reactions are cancer-causing substances. So once they started to understand some of this, they started to think about some possibilities, I think. Our students are the future of our world. And I know that they can come up with remarkable ideas, whether or not it's in medicine or the environment or new technology. I know they can do all these things. It's just a question of, hey, let's do it now. It's time. Start when you're young. It's okay if you're in middle school, elementary school. You can come up with ideas too. So by the time you're in high school and college, you got this. We need to take care of Ohio. We need to take care of our lakes, our rivers. We can try to take care of our own little spot in the world, and it can only get better.